These are related to my great-grandfather, whose name was Charles Thompson from Baltimore. He was a Confederate soldier. The document at the top says Appomattox Courthouse. He was a prisoner. Just at the end of the war, he was released, and so it says he's free to go home to Baltimore. And below are pictures of him. And within a year, he moved to Massachusetts and married a northern girl.
Very interesting story. We have some interesting pieces here. We have a photograph of your great-grandfather in his Confederate uniform with a Confederate sword. We also have a post-war photograph done by Bendham of Baltimore, probably in 1867 or 68.
Yes.
Your document here is the interesting piece. This is probably the most popular and most valuable scrap of paper that any soldier could have carried home,
Really?
other than an autograph letter of a famous person. This is the famous Appomattox Parole. And yours is in relatively nice condition. The ink is very dark, it's easy to read, and it's got all kinds of neat markings on it.
Yes.
It's also the only one that I have ever personally seen that was signed by a Confederate general. It was signed by Cadmus Marcellus Wilcox. I'm sure there's others signed by generals, but this is the first I have seen. All these little stamps that you see on this document are for transportation. And this one is interesting in that they also allowed him to transport his horse. And this stamp right here says, free transportation. So it's sort of neat that they allowed him to take his horse with him.
Right.
Do you have any idea what the value on that scrap of paper might be?
Absolutely none. No idea.
On today's market, that Appomattox Parole would sell for about $5,000.
Wow. Amazing.
And your photographs, they're probably worth another $1,000, with most of the value being in the Confederate.
Well, thank you. That's amazing.